Oh, such an honor for me to have you here with me today. I'm so delighted. I celebrate you so much. You never can tell how much I celebrate you. You're loved, you're valued, and I celebrate you on this channel. You're not just a number. I value you as a person. Thank you so much for coming on board with me. This is Evangelist Gloria Onoja. Thank you once again for coming on board. We've been running a series on parenting God's way, and at a point we delved into looking at the 5 love language of children and how to love children effectively. Last week we talked about the 5 love language of children, and today I'm here to talk to you about the 4 ways by which you can discover your child's primary love language and even the supplementary love language as well. So without wasting much time, I like to dive in, but before we do that, I want to say that so many of you have been watching me from different parts of the world and you have not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Please go ahead and hit on that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment for me, let me know where you're watching me from, and if this video has been a blessing to you, you can go ahead and share with other families, friends, and recommend this channel to people. Share on your social media handles, and let's all get connected. Remember that it's a win-win business we do on this channel, and that I am here to make sure that your family is established in God and you have the best of life going for you, living your life excitedly and fulfilled. Thank you so much for stopping by again with me today. So, I'm talking about the 4 ways you can discover the 5 love language of your child. And the first way I'm going to be talking about today is on how do they express love to you. Yes, it's very important that you pay attention to the way your child express their love to you. Take each child per time, observe how that child express his or her love to you. When you notice a child always, expressing love by giving you gifts, you understand? You know that that child's love language is gifting. And when you discover that this child always likes to hug you as a way of telling you, "Mommy, I love you. Mommy, I've missed you. Mommy, I always love to be around you. Mommy, you're the best," and all that. You discover that child's primary love language is what? Physical touch. And a child that expresses, that always likes to tell you, "Mommy, come over to my room. Mommy, please come and help me this. Come and help me that. Mommy, please help me with my homework. Mommy, please, could you come and tell us bedtime stories? Daddy, please, I want to show you something. I want to tell you something." That child is insinuating one thing: quality time. So you begin to give more attention to the things your children do around you, the way they express their love to you. And by so doing, you will understand what their primary love language is really all about. The second way by which you get to know how your child, how you get to discover your child's love language, or to know what your child's love language or the primary love language is all about, is by the way they express their love to others. It could be close family relatives like grandparents, uncles, aunties, and even you as a parent, or the parents, or and even to their siblings. How do they express their love to their siblings? There's this child of mine that will never forget the month of everybody's birthday, and that child will keep saying, "Mommy, this person's birthday is coming up, so period of the month. What are you going to do for this person? I wish I could get something for this person. I want to do this for that person." You automatically know that child's love language is what? Gift. And the child that is always talking about, helping people with one chore or one work or the other, helping out, not talking about their classmates who could not do their work. There's this child of mine that most of the times she's in secondary school, but most of the times she'll come back home and copy notes, and I'll be wondering, you mean you don't copy your note in class, or what happened? I only got to discover that the child is helping another classmate of hers who is not a fast writer, who doesn't write very fast. So she comes back home with that child's book and come to help that child copy notes so that the child can meet up with what happens in class. So you discover that for such a child, act of service is her love language. So you pay attention, and I need you to be detailed. In discovering this issue, you need to be detailed. You need to pay attention. You need to be a calm person. You need to pay attention. I can't first. You need to pay attention to the things they do, the things they love, how they express their love to you, and how they express their love to other people around it. It could be grandparents, how they express their love to their parents, to their grandparents, to their relatives, and even to people around them in the neighborhood. Tells you or points you to what is primary in their hearts, and that would be their primary love language. The third way you can find out what your child's primary love language is through the complaints they give. Yes, you pay attention to the complaints they make. You pay attention to the things that bother them and they complain about, those things. It could be that a child, whose primary love language is word of affirmation, could just be complaining about how you feel that they are good for nothing. Or they can come back from school and tell you that their teacher said they are just beautiful or handsome for nothing. Or their teacher just said they are so lazy about their work, they cannot finish their work on time. You know that what that child's love language is what? Word of affirmation. When you tune your heart or your attention to giving more expression to that word of affirmation, speaking words of affirmation to that child, very often you discover that you boost something in that child. You begin to have the best of that child. Every teacher needs to understand this. Every parent needs to understand it. That the children who are in your custody, you must be careful with the words you speak in their hearing. Some teachers have succeeded in destroying the destinies and futures of some children just by the words they speak. Some other teachers have succeeded in molding the best out of that child, even building confidence in the child. Why? Because they spoke positive words that affirm something on their inside. Everybody, like I said before, loves words of affirmation, but there are this group of people that words of affirmation is their primary love language. And each time you speak to it, even if they are not doing so well, you encourage them, you tell them, no, I know you can do it. I know there's something on your inside. That child's love, that child's confidence is being boosted, and they begin to perform. So you must pay attention to the complaint of that child. What is the complaint? What is the frequent complaint of the child? Does the child always complain that you no longer have time for them? Does the child always complain that you no longer, tell them bedtime stories anymore? It means that child is asking for what? Quality time. A child that is complaining that mommy, you don't tell us bedtime stories anymore. You don't do this anymore. You don't take us out anymore. What that child is asking for is what? Quality time. A child that is always complaining that everything they do never satisfy you. Every time they are the black sheep of the family. All they are trying to say is that you do not affirm their efforts. So you need to understand this perspective and this aspect of your child's life in order to give them the best. Speak into that aspect, and you see the best coming out of their lives. Praise the Lord. Now, on the last but not the least, which is the fourth area you can discover or know your child's love language, is in what they always ask for. What do they always ask you to do for them? What do they always request from you? You can get to know a child's love language by the request they always make. Yes, a child who is always asking for gifts, you know that gift is that child's love language. A child who is always asking to take a stroll with you. A child who is always asking to spend time with you. Come to my room and tell us bedtime story. That child is always asking for what? Quality time. A child that is always telling you that I want to tell you something. Mommy, help me do this. Mommy, please iron my uniform. Mommy, please sew my clothes for me. Mommy, please do this. Mommy, daddy, please do this and that. Daddy, please. You know that child is doing what? Asking for acts of service. A child who is always, asking you who is always telling you that, daddy, can you give me a hug? Daddy, can you take me out? That child, daddy, can you scratch my back for me? Daddy, this and that. That child is what? Quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, and all of those. So you must take time to know. By way of summary, I said the first way to discover your child's love language is to know how they express their love to you. And number 2, how do they express their love to people around them? Number 3, what are the things they complain about every time or often? Number 4 is, what are the things they are always asking you for? So if you pay attention to these things, you'll be able to get the code to know what love language or what the primary love language of your child is all about. I'm sure you're going to take out time this period, and maybe let's say this month, take out time to really focus on knowing your child's love language. And do not forget, the last part I'm going to be talking about on this series is on how love language affects discipline. Yes, how love language affects the discipline of a child. And I'm going to say, I will tell you that it is discipline made easy. So please make sure to come back, turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified when I upload that video. It's going to be uploaded by next week Saturday. You should get the video on how you can use love language to affect or instill discipline into your children. And it is what I call discipline made easy using love language. I'm sure you wouldn't want to miss that, because the issue of discipline is becoming a tug of war in our families today, that children are resisting so much and parents are getting tired. I'm going to give you a tool that you're going to run with, and it's going to be a smooth sailing experience for you. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and let me know what your comments are. And if there's a video you want me to talk about, and a topic you want me to talk about, leave it in the description, leave it in the comment section below. And do not forget, you're valued, you're loved, and I celebrate you. Bye-bye.